Most pianists struggle with Chopin's Butterfly Etude for the same reasons. Their hands tighten and get fatigued. The left hand jumps, feel impossible, and the piece falls apart at faster tempos. This etude isn't all about fast fingers. It's about using the right movement so it actually feels light, controlled, and sustainable. In this lesson, I'll show you exactly how to play this etude fast without tension, including how to handle the large leaps, improve your stamina, and make the right hand feel effortless, even if you have small hands. Avoid playing with really high finger action, so you don't want to do this. And the most important part of everything is that you don't keep your wrist stiff and your hand stiff like this. First of all, start with a very loose wrist exercise like this. And, I would shake it kind of vigorously just to get the blood flowing, to feel the looseness in your wrists. Next, take any octave and try to apply that action. Now, little by little, what I'd like you to do is reduce the size of your wrist motion. In other words, stay close to the keys, but still have that looseness. Now, by doing that, you'll see you can start going faster. I'm staying close to the keys. Let's apply that now to the etude. Play the right hand first in just solid octave 16th notes. So you're going to play the first note twice. Very loose. Go through the piece doing this. If you feel like you're getting any tension in your hand, stop, do this, go back to here, and remember how you were feeling about just throwing your hands down to the keys and staying loose. Then go back and apply that here. And when you can do that, then try to do smaller motions. So you're not going to let your hand flop so high. So you start, but you're still loose. Okay, the next step then would be to play the first two notes in the chord. You can play it twice. Either way is fine. But the point is that you're keeping everything loose. You're just letting yourself play extremely loose. And also remember, after you start doing that, and you want to start doing it a little faster to stay closer to the keys. Finally, we're going to play the right hand as written. Make sure you're looking at your arms. If your arm is hanging down by its side, either arm, then you're putting a lot of arm weight into your fingers. That's hard. That makes it harder to play, and it'll make it heavy sounding. So you want to bring the arm weight off of your hands like this. Stay very loose when you do this. You could take 2 measures at a time and just check. Are you staying close to the keys and are you staying loose? So notice I'm going slow. I'm not trying to play this fast yet because playing it fast too soon will cause tension. So we're still being aware of that loose, relaxed motion that you need to have. The fingering 1 to 4 to 5 in the right hand is one of the reasons for tension. It's really what causes some of the problem is that stretch. And it is a big problem for pianists with smaller hands. I have smaller hands, so I can relate totally to what that feels like. I'd like to address that for a minute by saying I use the 4th finger whenever I possibly can in this piece, and where I notice that it doesn't cause too much tension. When I'm playing it up to tempo, if I start feeling tension in my hand, I will change to 3/5 instead of 2/4. So in other words, say I was going along and I was playing 1-2-4, 1-2-4, and I felt some tension, I might go 1-5-3, 1-5-3. That totally relieves that tension in there. I realized that it was Chopin's intention that we want to do 1-4-5. That's the whole thing, to get that slur. But it can be prohibitive for some pianists with small hands to continue that throughout the piece at a fast tempo. I'd like to take a quick pause and mention my full course on this etude. You'll get the sheet music marked with my pedal and interpretation ideas, creative exercises that will prepare you to play fast and evenly, and guidance on pedaling and musical expression. You'll find the full course linked below and at brillantepianoduo.com. Now let's discuss the left hand. First, make sure you're using the correct fingering. One thing that's very important is that you're not using your fifth finger on the bottom note of chords in this piece. So what you have is you've got a note and a chord, note and a chord. Now there, if your hand is too small, you may have to use 5 on that one. There are a few that you will, but here, if it's too big, use 5. On the octave ones, you can, but most of the chords in here are not octaves, so use either 3 or 4 on the bottom of the chords. Why is this important? Because you're taking up extra time and motion by jumping from 5 to 5 to get to the chord. And I see this all the time. Now, it's essential to keep your left hand close to the keys, just like you do in the right hand. I'm going to give you, this first exercise is just a legato exercise. I'm trying to connect the notes as much as I can from the 5th finger to the chord. Now, when I do that, I hope you can see that I'm using a circular motion. So watch as I do this. Look at the circle. So I'm not just doing it stiffly like this, but my wrist and my arm are participating in it. So you're using your forearm and you're releasing the tension as you make that motion, and you make it very easy and very comfortable. At measure 25 through 36, there are octaves that are leaping to the chords. This troubles many pianists, but there's a great secret to playing this passage. This takes a lot of practice, but the effort you'll put in will really pay off. What I see pianists do is just leap like this, and they can't focus on the right hand because they're so worried about missing the chords, and their hands are high, they're bouncing off the keys, they're missing all the notes. What you do, and this is going to take, like I said, some slow practice. When you play the octave, transfer to the 5. Go from 1 to 5, play your chord. Now, come back down to your thumb and down to the next octave. Transfer, play the chord, come down to that note that you just played right there, and go to your next octave. So you transfer. Okay, you're probably thinking that would be impossible to play fast. Yeah, you can do it slow, but that would be impossible to play fast. Try to watch my thumb.